Congratulations, you're watching ESN, your source for everything news, views, and reviews. In today's podcast, we're going to look at the state of Maine and how the state of Maine, officials in Maine were forced to delay a vote on EV mandates because of the horrific flooding and terrible extreme weather that they're dealing with right now. Perfect timing. Your thoughts. Listen to this.
I pulled this up yesterday. So starting a few days ago, right before a huge meeting with politicians, bill makers, bigwigs, and the little people, the regulars. I'm being sarcastic, but everybody got together in Maine, or the plan was there's these meetings and these groups to gather in order to push this new clean, green, energy, electric agenda that somewhat mimics what California is doing, right? So yesterday, I pull up outage map. I go to, I'm like, okay, I wonder what kind of outages are going on right now. And boom, Maine. Maine is like in yellow. Oh, what does that mean? 10,000 or more people are out of power. Let's see how it's looking today, because this was pulled up yesterday. Wow, still there. Power outages, as you can see. Looks like there's still about 12,700 people without power in Maine. If we go back a few days ago, it was far worse. The timing on this is so peculiar, but it usually is. Coincidence? Probably. Listen to this. This is from foxnews.com. Maine forced to delay vote on EV mandate amid widespread power outages. A storm like yesterday's would render 80% of cars useless, is to say the least, ill-advised Democratic Rep. Golden says. A top Maine state environmental agency delayed a highly anticipated vote to approve a sweeping electric vehicle mandate amid a storm that caused widespread power outages. The Maine Board of Environmental Protection, BEP, announced that it had indefinitely postponed the meeting, which was slated for Thursday afternoon, until further notice. Following the storm, Democratic Maine Governor Janet Mills, who has pursued an aggressive green energy agenda, declared a state of emergency this week, an action that closed state government offices. Governor Janet Mills declared a state of civil emergency for 14 Maine counties following a significant wind and rain storm that has left hundreds of thousands of people without power. And that has caused significant flooding and infrastructure damage, including to town and state roadways, the Maine BEP said in a statement. In consideration of the challenges facing Maine citizens who may wish to participate in the upcoming board meeting in Augusta, the board is postponing its meeting scheduled for December 21st, 2023, the statement continued. Well, Bill Hinkle, a spokesman for BEP, said that the agency was actively working on the next steps for the delayed meeting. The devastating windstorms and rainfall that swept across Maine on Monday, leaving more than 400,000 people without power, killing at least 2. The storm forced businesses and schools to close as workers raced to restore power and clear the roads. BEP, which is required to prevent, abate, and control pollution in the state, voted in late October to approve the Advanced Clear Car Program, which would mimic regulations in California mandating that more than 40% of new car purchases in the state be electric by 2027. I mean, that's 5 years away. 4 years, 3 years away. Oh my. I mean, time is cruising, folks. Think about that. Put that in perspective. 40% of all new car purchases have to be electric in a little over 3 years, like 3 years and a couple weeks. And a week. 82% has to be electric by 2032, right around that 2030 timeframe. The agency was expected to finalize the mandate during the meeting on Thursday. However, just a couple days prior, Maine gets slammed with massive storms. In 2 days, the Maine Board of Environmental Protection will vote on proposed rules that would establish a California-style set of mandates forcing Maine auto dealers and ultimately the customers to purchase zero-emission vehicles, Golden said Tuesday. Earlier this year, I submitted testimony in opposition to such a mandate and have taken every opportunity in Congress to vote against policy that amounts to de facto electric vehicle mandates, he added, forcing Mainers to purchase cars and trucks powered by electricity when our grid is insufficient. Charging stations are few and far between, and a storm like yesterday's would render 80% of cars useless, is to say the least ill-advised. And if you think about it, they go on to say, we want to have a carbon-free, we want to have emissions-free vehicles. But can we use a little common sense? Like, seriously, and I'm not even trying to be rude here, but think about, I'm attempting to be look, let's think about this. How much of the earth has to be mined in order to get enough lithium for the batteries? Just the lithium. How is that emission-free? Maybe when you're driving the car, but to make the car and to make the batteries and to make the electricity to power the batteries and to make the electrical stations to power the cars that have the electric batteries, and then look at the environmental concerns as far as weather, extreme cold, what happens if there's a power outage. I know people that own Teslas. Teslas are pretty cool. If you want to drive around in town as a second or third vehicle, do you know how long it takes to charge electric cars? I talked to these people from California the other day that were waiting to have their car. No, they finally made it in. They were charging their car. And they had to wait hours to charge their vehicle. And they're like, yeah, but we can charge it at home and it's only $10 or something like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, but how many hours does it take to charge that? How valuable is your time? So I love the concept. It's great. Everything electric, no emissions. That sounds amazing. But let's look at the reality of how it takes exuberant amounts of energy, oftentimes carbon footprints, as you would call it, in the realms of global warming. I read an article the other day that said humans breathing leads. Let me pull this up real quick. This is hilarious. They want you to feel guilty, folks, for breathing. Humans may be fueling global warming by breathing, new study suggests. New York Post. The Conversation. We calculated the UK's greenhouse gas emissions from people breathing out. Here's what we found. Humans are fueling global warming by just breathing, study claims, NDTV. Breathing is going to get tougher. UCR News. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Silly humans. Breathing. How could you? You breathe too much. You eat too much. You acquire too much of everything, and there's too much wasted space in your body, so we're going to use 6G antennas. You're going to love this. I mean, all that wasted space in your body, we've got the perfect solution. Terahertz frequency, 6th generation communications, amplified through human bodies, acting as antennas. I'm not making this up. I shared with you that article already. We've looked at those articles several times. Okay. So now that you know that it's your fault, That's why we need electric vehicles, and we need breathe machines that require you to breathe less. Wait a second, we can make robots that don't even breathe at all. That'll be perfect. And we've got fart packs for cows because the amount of emissions that cows release is horrible. So we'll just make them suffer more by hooking them up to fart packs. But that's okay, because we're the experts, and you're just a mouth breather. I'm joking.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to make ESN your daily source for news, views, and reviews that you can use. We upload podcasts several times a day. We'll keep you updated on what you need to know. Have a beautiful day. Be excellent to each other, and be the change the world needs to see.